Found this really cool park here. I think it's called Cedar Falls Park. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, south of Greenville, South Carolina. And it's a windy day, so I hope you can hear me. But I'm standing on this amazing, ooh, I get hit with sand right now. Standing on this amazing hunk of granite right here. And people kind of swim here and here. There's a swimming advisory because of, you can see right here, there's an eddy. See the swirling water right there? And so they call this dark water, I guess. And they don't want you really swimming in it because it gets pretty deep and you could get sucked under if you're a little kid or something like that. But we were thinking swimming out there or swimming down here would be really cool because you could swim across and hang out on this. This has all been washed out by high water, by the way, because underneath all this ground up here is sand and red clay. But you can see this is all sand along the bank here. I think I'm zoomed out a little bit too much. Get that fisheye effect going on. But right where Truly's at, she just walked ahead. See her standing over there catching some sun. It's a cool day. That's an old mill. That was an old paddle wheel with a mill. And this right here, this is a good angle actually to show it to you guys. I'll show you from the other angle, but see all those curves in the top of that wall there? That is a sluice. That would be the water sluice that came down and then powered up the paddle wheel, which we figured sat right there. And then this is part of the old building right there. But that was an old sluice that would come from on top of the dam, and I haven't really pointed this out yet, but I don't know if you could see that. I'll zoom in on it, but there's a dam up there, and we're gonna go get real close to that and see a little water pouring through right there. Isn't that cool? But the big part is over behind these trees right here. There's a big outlet, a lot of water coming through. Now this river is called the Reedy River. And if you want to look it up, in Greenville, South Carolina, the Reedy River has a really awesome waterfall. It's called Reedy Falls, and I'll be doing a video on that one of these years. But let's walk over there and check out the sluice foundation there. Quick stop, you can see how the sluice foundations are lining up there, and the water would come down from up above the dam, and then you could see up there, you could barely see where the water is really pouring out of that dam. See that? It doesn't look like much from here, but it is a pretty heavy duty amount of water coming through that. So enough to feed this whole thing, right? This river goes down and feeds Lake Greenwood, and it cuts through Greenville. So let's jump over here. Here's Truly You, and look at this thing. This is an old foundation, we figure. It was like probably the main foundation because there's no holes or anything like that. You can see how it was built up on solid concrete bricks, and then it was kind of like rock and cement all mixed together. That's pretty cool, huh? I'll have to climb up there next time we come. But here's the, we figured the paddle wheel was right here. Maybe even anchored to this thing that we're on right now, but we can see the sluice box is still coming. So we figured it took a slight turn and then dumped onto the paddle wheel, which is probably hooked up to this guy right here. Can't really see. There's an old piece down here that's round, but we figure that's some sort of drum and not really part of this system. Just left over. But isn't that cool how they built this up really nicely with the curves rather than just a wood frame? They really did this good. So let's walk over there and check it out. Now some of these are falling apart here. You just zoom in a little bit, and some of them still have the really nice curve at the top, but they did a really good job with this whole thing. There's a tree. I did notice that there's a tree laying right down the center of it. That's pretty funny. And they got some signs up here we'll go take a look at here in a second that talk about the history of this place, and then we'll come back down and head up. But you can see how the sand has been washed over. When the water's really high, it'll push the sand up and washed right over this. But that, we figured that went all the way up to where the dam is, and that's where they were getting the water from. So you can tell the dam is just as old as this. When we get close, you'll see that. Here's the first sign: history of Cedar Falls Park. Sorry about that. You can get a good look at where we were just right over there where that poop is. Here's where the mill was. And you can go ahead and pause and read if you guys want. There's another one. Pause and read. You can see that a little bit about the mill there. Here's some more about the sluice box. See that? Oh, it used to come out the bottom of the dam. I thought it would go up to the top, but it would come out the bottom. And then here's another big chunk. If you want to pause, zoom in and read on this, I'll do this for you. There's the first part, and there's the second part. We're going to check out some of these other signs. Here's a little history for the park right here. A little map of where we're at. And the old Cherokee Trail, you can see right here. And go ahead and read this. Pause and read if you guys want. Try to get it all for you here. Cherokee Towns. I'll zoom in and see if you guys can pause and read this if you want. A little educational stuff. There's one of the Cherokee villages right there. And then here's the path. I'll get it in two sections for you there. And then we got some more here. There's a cane break. The old Long Cane area down here is really historical too. So there you go. Go ahead and pause and read. Pause and read this. Pause and read that. There's the information on wildlife here, and then the last sign, there's 4 signs here. Sorry they're so dirty. Fork Shoals Community is where we're at. We're in the Fork Shoals area south of Greenville, South Carolina. Pause and read, folks. Photo. And hopefully you guys can read this stuff. So now we're gonna walk over here and check out like right below the dam. There's another angle on the sluice foundation. Give you a really good view of that. We're probably standing on some of it right now, but a lot of really great mini waterfalls or rapids here. And this one down here, I hope you guys could see that when I was filming from over there. That's where I started the video. That looks like it's something you could slide down in the summer, so we're gonna come back and try to go swimming here this summer. But got a really cool waterfall right here, and then the dam's beyond it. So here's another angle. That's really cool. And this is definitely somewhat man-made, it looks like here. Somewhat man-made, somewhat natural. You can see this is kind of looking natural here. But I'm thinking it's man-made in a way because they chiseled the rock, not necessarily built a concrete foundation or anything like that. Although that looks like it might be concrete right in this area. This almost looks like it's just chiseled down parts like they did to this. So isn't this gorgeous though? Holy mackerel. Don't jump! Don't do it! Don't jump! Okay, good. She can't hear me. Very good. Ah, look at this. Almost looks like someone's gate or a rack off a truck or something there. That got caught up. Boy, is that gorgeous. Okay, let's go up on top. Check it out. So this area, I'm figuring, is actually man-made because you got this here. And I was thinking this might have been part of an old bridge that went across, but I think it just had something to do with sluice, that sluice support would come right up and curve, and kind of see how it curves right through here. And maybe this was a support for that. Maybe it was up higher by this point. But yeah, so I'm thinking this part right here is man-made or chiseled down. So the rocks down below and this right here might be actually poured concrete block like this. But Let's go check out that dam. But this is right above that now. You can see. It looks like block right here. So I'm just thinking this one little area, they just put some block on top of what was that. So maybe it's just one level of block, but it's really neat. Very cool. There's a little island here. And there's the better shot of the dam there. So we're gonna walk over there right now and check that out. First, just get a good look from up above. And Truly pointed out, she thinks that's an old ladder that, you know, came down the river and just got all bent up. So I think she's right. I think that was a ladder. It's just so twisted, it looked like a rack or a gate to me. But beautiful. And there's paths all over in the woods over here, so it's really cool. Let's go check the dam out. Now we're up here by the dam, and is that awesome? If it was a hot summer day, you could probably walk up inside that and check it out. You can see there's like some sort of pipe there too. And that could almost be a hydro dam if they did it right. But you can see the big blocks over here too. It's probably to just protect the ground around there and force the water back out to come over the top of the dam at real high water levels. But this is a very strange dam. It's almost like they just piecemealed it together. Look at how it's all just interwoven with rock, mainly rock. Almost looks like sand on top too. There's a gate up here. You can't get past the gate right up on top of here. Where is it? Right there. There's a gate up there. So they don't allow you to get out there, but you can see, I don't know if that's a breach. It's probably not supposed to be there. This little guy here, where is it? There. And that guy there is probably a breach. Probably not supposed to be happening. But just beautiful. And look at all the sand. That's all natural in these shoal areas like this. You get a lot of sand and granite rocks, and that's what causes the rapids. And the this one's a little bit more of a rapids and a waterfall than it is a shoals area. But very cool. Let's get a little closer to this and see if we can look up one of those. Managed to get a little closer. So you can see there's 3 holes, and it looks like this one curves, meets that one, which curves and meets that one, like they all are part of the same single inlet, and then 3 outlets. You won't be able to tell, but I'll try to get a shot from up above and see if we can see that. But you can kind of see the sand on top now, and you can get a better look at the structure. Look at that. Pieced together rock, and I can't tell if that's all. It's got to be concrete in there too. So let's go up on top where we'll end this video. Here's another shot. You can see where there's a gate. You could easily get around that, but I'm not going to do that today. But let's go check it out from the other side. So the dam is right around the corner there, and unfortunately, you know, it looks like they've actually kind of dredged this, possibly leading up to the dam, but it's a pretty tough Yankee walk through there, so we're not going to do it. So that'll end this video. Hopefully you guys dug it. If you like our videos, please hit like and subscribe. Check out another video. Check that out right there. Check out our channel. We got about 2,000 videos now. Animals and travels and stuff like this, and also machinery at work and all kinds of weird stuff like car shows and fun stuff like that. So check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.